What's up, 1851ers? It's Sean and Megan and Troy trying this again despite our Washington, D.C. disaster a couple weeks ago. Disaster is the wrong word, but we're going to bring you a really interesting weekly sizzle this week from the International Franchise Expo here in New York City, and we have a special guest that we'll introduce behind us in just a minute. But first of all, I wanted to go to Megan to get your impressions of what you've seen at IFE so far this year.
Well, so far today, I spent the day at the IFA booth and I got to meet Bill Hall, who is the new treasurer for the IFA. So I talked to him a little bit about where he thinks franchising is going, and he had a lot of great enthusiasm and excitement for the path that we're on now, in the sense that he thinks there's a little more unity in terms of franchisors, franchisees, and he thinks that that's something that will help kind of position franchising in a better place to kind of change their outward appeal too for the public. So.
And he's talked a lot about what Chairman Aziz Hashim and Robert Kashani, the president of IFA, have talked about as well, which is changing the story behind franchising. That's something you talked to him about a little bit as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. Sort of changing this idea that just because you see like a big franchise or something, it doesn't mean that it's just this big corporate-owned store. Like, it's still a locally owned, independently run company, and there's still a guy there making sure everything's happening and running smoothly.
With ties to the local community, and that's really key.
Yeah.
Want to move over to Sean here. You ready, Sean?
I am ready.
Okay, here goes. You have spent a lot of time at these franchise expos, some with me and some not. What should people walking the floor be looking for here? What should a potential franchisee be asking franchisors if they're walking?
Well, from a franchisee perspective, obviously you're going to get a great sample of a lot of different concepts that are here. So you're going to get stuff from low investment to very high investment levels. So it's really kind of getting an understanding of what you're looking for. Know your investment level first before you start, going to all the different booths. So just kind of understand what your financial capability are going to be, and then really get an opportunity to ask really good questions, because these are the development people that you're going to be talking to if you inquire about a franchise opportunity on their website or calling in. And so it's a good opportunity to get that one-on-one time and ask questions specifically to the people that are representing those brands. Now, from a franchisor perspective, what should you be doing if you're exhibiting? Is that the question you're going to get ready to ask me?
That's exactly what I was just going to ask you,
I'm getting ready
Sean.
for these. Do something that's going to make yourself different. I mean, if you get a chance and you're at this show, there's probably 1,000 exhibitors here, and the very many of them look exactly the same. It's just kind of our business opportunity, and here's what we do.
Make your concept stand out.
Be different. Not necessarily your concept specifically, but just be different in the booth. Do something that's going to draw attention. That way, when people walk by, at least it just gets them looking and talking to you. Because so many of the brands that are here have the same kind of business opportunity backdrops, and it's just, it's not very necessarily compelling. And so you want that engagement. And just be creative, think of something different. It doesn't have to be samples or knickknacks. It could be just something different about your booth that make it attention.
And you've been telling that story through 1851 too, about how to change the narrative of an individual franchise and help tell that story about the success that they've had. That's one thing I know we've been passionate about at 1851 for a long time. One thing the guy behind you's been passionate about as well. Do you want to introduce our special guest?
Marcus Salonis, the Prophet. He's actually really here at the conference, so which is pretty cool. But this is
behind you.
This is his twin brother. So he's a little shy.
We wanted to ask Marcus if he had any advice for those attending IFE here or for franchising in general. Any words of wisdom? Franchising's great.
Go to 1851franchise.com.
Very insightful, as usual. All right. So that is this week's Weekly Sizzle. We'll catch you guys next time from IFE. I'm Troy Kehoe for Sean Fitzgerald and David Farringer. See you next time.
See you.